Hello and welcome back here on Brickworld Studio, and welcome back on my channel, and welcome back to another new episode from my little side project, my Cyberpunk City project. As you can see here, that's what we did the last episodes. We created 4 16x16 plates. We are creating and adding a new 16x16 plate in every update, and today, after a long time, we're going to add the next one. I just prepared it. It's not so hard to prepare that. It's going to be placed right here at that location, and we're going to start working on the next building here on the right side in a different look. So stay tuned for a very interesting update, because that's the first time ever we are changing something here in the city to another look. So stay tuned for today's very interesting update. I already started working here on the next 16x16 model. As you might know from the last updates, 4 of these 16x16 models are always connected to a bigger model. So we have 33x33, the same like a big base plate. And the next 4 models are going to be placed here on the right side. But as you might know, I have a lot of light in my Cyberpunk project, because light is of course a very important part of a Cyberpunk city. And at the moment I have our battery box here on that left big model. So I have to decide how I can run the electricity from one model to the next one. So I decided to use, as always, a light system from my partner Light My Bricks. So I can just show it here to you. We have the battery box on the left side, and we're going to use that connector piece that is normally used, for example, modular buildings, to have the ability to remove the different parts of the different floors. So we're doing the same, but we're doing it vertically, but we're doing it horizontally. So I just added the part here on the left side. You can see here the one connector part, on the other one on the other side. So we have these 2 connectors on both sides at the same height. And when I'm going to connect that to here, we have the electricity is running from the left model to the right one, and I can just use electricity from the battery box from the left bigger model here also on the right side. And we just don't need another battery box for the next model, but we also can just remove one model without having some problems with electricity or with any cable management. It's a very nice idea I'm also using in my bigger city project. After working a little bit more on that new model, it was time to add more light. And I decided to use one of the changing light here, change it between a green LED and a kind of orange LED. That's not 2 different LEDs, it's just one part you can get from Light My Bricks. It's just connected here to one of the connectors. As you can see here, that's a connection we just worked on a little bit a few moments ago. That's another object from Light My Bricks. It's a flare light. That's the one here going up. That's kind of a flexible tube of light. And that's something I already used on another location here, but that one is 26L. That's a flange. That means it's about 26 studs long. I used a smaller one here on the left side, but I wanted to integrate another one here on the right side, because I really like these tubes. They make a very nice light, and they really add that kind of cyberpunk feeling, at least in my opinion, to the city. As you might see on the right side, the new building, it's in white color because it's a more modern building. I do not want to have that, rusty back alley look here on the right side, because that's a building that's going to be placed on a kind of main street. And so we have a nicer building here on the right side. And yeah, now we can have that little tube here. That's something I want to now bend over to the right side to have a little bit of light on the right side also. And as you can see, I already worked here on that part here on the left side. I think you are not able to really see where that one model starts and the next ends. The next very important step was to bend over that flexible light tube here on the right side. As I said it before, also I worked a little bit more here on some little details, but that tube is going up here, then I bend it over to the right side, and you can see it here, it's just bend it over. I can just remove that little part here. But because I think that little kind of curve is not looking very nice, I decided to hide that part. It's just connected here, and then we have that light kind of the inside of the building. I think it looks quite nice, but that little curve here on the left side does not look good. So I decided to build that little stud notch technique part here. I can just put it here on the left side, and it really hides very well that little curve. And from the front view, it looks like the one tube is running up, and we have another one on the top side going here to the right side. But it's in reality just one long tube, and I really like that design. I really think it looks quite nice. I had a little bit of problem before I started working here, because I thought that white building might look a little bit strange here next to the other building, but on the right side, we are going to work with that part you saw just a moment ago. That's from the official American Diner Modular City building. And I think that's something I can integrate here on the right side, but in a more cyberpunk look. On the top, I do not want to make that platform going to the right side. I just want to go with the building up, because I really think that high building are very important to have that overall look of a modern, dystopia world of, you might know it from Cyberpunk or Cyberpunk games like Cyberpunk 2077. And yeah, I really like the overall look of that new part. And yeah, I just added a little more parts here to get to the end of today's update. I just tried to add some parts here on that white building on the right side to get a more clean look on that white building, because the left one, that back building here, has a lot of clutter. It's not very nice design. It's just everywhere pipes and stuff like that, cables running everywhere. But the building on the right side, because it's going to be placed more on a kind of main road on the right side, has to be in a more modern, clear look, at least in my opinion. You also can now see how I hide that light part here. It's sticking out on the right side a little bit, but that's no problem, because the next model is going to hide that fully. And yeah, I really like the overall look, and especially the way I found a way to connect these two different kind of buildings and keeping that modern, high-tech, low-life look of the cyberpunk world. And yeah, I think I'm on the right track to get here where I wanted to go with that project. But also I found out that I really think that going up in the height of this building is very important, especially now that I'm getting more and more space on the base of these buildings. I think we really need to go up and up. And one special part is I do not want to build out every part of the interiors. We just want to have some kind of storytelling. So maybe at some locations we will be able to see and look inside these buildings, but I don't want to build up every interior building, because it's something I'm doing at my main project with the Brigade City, but that's not something I want to really integrate also here in that cyberpunk world, because I don't think all of these interiors are very important for the overall look of that project. It's more important to have that street design, these buildings from the outside, with just some little parts of storytelling everywhere. And that's something I think it's more important in that kind of building. And I think I'm really on the right path for creating that cyberpunk Lego world I really have in my mind. And if you want to see more of that project, or on my city project, or my medieval project, or my Star Wars projects, just subscribe here on the channel. More is coming soon here on that channel. And of course, you can also have a look on the German channel, where I am a little bit more in the future, just a little bit behind here on the English channel. So subscribe here, subscribe on the German channel. If you have any ideas, just write it in the comments. So until next time.